right, there we go. Good morning.
Good morning, brother. How's it going,
Hey,
Vahid?
Fritz, my name is Vahid Chitsaz, part of the Elite Mastermind group. Thank you for being here again. Go ahead and let everybody know where you're coming from and give a little short background so that they know where you're coming from. I got a couple of questions that there are specific topics that I want to ask you, and then we'll dive into it, brother.
Sounds good to me. What's going on, everybody? Fritz Colcol here. We are here in my bedroom right now, actually, kind of like my office slash bedroom where all the hustle is made in a day-to-day basis in Chicago City. I'm a serial entrepreneur based here in Chicago. I own multiple different businesses, from restaurants to staffing agency to digital marketing agency, a little bit on real estate side as well. My background specifically, I would like to say for the past 10 to 12 years is throughout social media marketing. This is where I started all my businesses all together before I started investing in multiple different industries and diversifying from there. But other than that, here I am just hustling and grinding on a day-to-day basis, living my life in my own terms.
I love it. I love it. And I know you're a big avid reader of Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill's materials. We have had a few discussions on that topic already. But today what I want to do is I want to talk about, the first thing I want to talk about is accountability. What is accountability in an entrepreneurial language? What does it mean to be accountable?
So accountability for me is very important, not only for myself, but also for my employees. So let's say that we discuss a meeting. In a meeting, we set standard goals in a week-to-week basis, in a day-to-day basis, in a month-to-month basis. So there's long-term and there's short-term, right? Long-term, anything more than 6 months is long-term for me. Short-term for me is in a week-to-week basis that I can stay accountable for. Give you an example for myself, staying accountable for my fitness goals, right? Let's say that, okay, within the next month or two, I want to lose a certain amount of body fat. I want to lose a certain amount of weight, whether it's water weight, fat weight, or body fat percentage. I compete professionally, so I try to challenge myself as much as possible. Other than entrepreneurship, being accountable to your fitness goals can be really challenging. What I love about this is that I said it over and over again, that fitness and entrepreneurship goes hand in hand. The discipline and the commitment and all the determination that I get from fitness, I can apply that throughout my entrepreneurship. Staying accountable is basically jotting down a specific date for what you want to achieve and staying accountable for that. So you work towards that. Dissect that in a week-to-week basis, in a day-to-day basis, or in an hour-to-hour basis, depending on what you want to achieve. So that's how you stay accountable. I apply that through entrepreneurship now. When it comes to talking to my employees, they said that, okay, this is what we're going to do the next week. And okay, I have to be on top of their plans, their schedule, and just to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to say and what they're supposed to do. That's how I just stay accountable on a day-to-day basis.
I love it. So let me ask you a question. So you're saying you stay accountable to yourself. How do you create that? Because I know for a lot of people, especially if you're an employee, you can train employees because you're giving them a salary or income or some type of a compensation. They will stay accountable to you because they kind of have to stay accountable to you. But how do business owners, how did you create that for yourself? Because it's not easy. We talk about it, but staying accountable to yourself, it's not an easy process to do. It's a lot of challenging. It's very difficult to do that. How do you develop that? What are some of the techniques that you have been able to use to be able to start yourself on the path of being accountable to yourself?
Right. So for me, I have a list. I call this a success list. So a success list is for me that is divided into two parts, personal and then business. So the things that I need to do personally and the things that I need to achieve business-wise. And this is in a day-to-day basis. It's just a simple to-do list, but I changed the name to success list because, right, like Napoleon Hill says, right, it all starts with the mind. So I have that success mindset. Think about that. For every list that I write down, as simple as, okay, eat breakfast at 6 a.m., do my cardio at 5 a.m., or whatever it might be, and I just put a check mark, that feels like a sense of accomplishment right away. It feels like, okay, I'm succeeding for every task that I need to do. Staying accountable for yourself is just simply jotting down what you need to do in a day-to-day basis. Because now if you do that, if you don't do that, it feels like it's just on the back of your head, right? Oh, I need to compete within the next 4 months. Oh, I'm going to travel 2 years later. Oh, I'm going to make $1 million when, right? So dreams, goals, they're supposed to be, they're just goals with a scheduled date, with a deadline pretty much. And that's how you stay accountable for myself. For myself, I'm a very high ambitious person. Like I want it all, right? I don't want to be just an entrepreneur. Like I don't want to be just handling social media. I want to be a business owner, hard brick and mortars. I want to be a fashionista. I want to be a model. I want to be like, and I'm becoming all of these things. I speak my goals into existence and I work towards them in a day-to-day basis. And that's how you stay accountable.
I agree with that 100%. And Napoleon Hill says that if you don't, the difference between goals and dreams is that deadline that you just talked about. So you talked about success list, personal and business. Do sometimes those overlap?
They do.
Some of them do for me.
Right. They completely do. But now you got to prioritize them. Which one's more important to you? You got to know and weigh, okay, well, if I do this, I'm not going to be able to do this, right? Like, especially for me, owning, I think I have like 6 different businesses now, right? Having the right partners are key. Having the right employees are key. Because for myself, I bought those businesses and I own those businesses for a reason, because I know it'll be able to run by itself after I train the managers, after I train my partners. Of course, for the groundwork for the first 6 months or a year, I got to learn it in and out. You know, I want to know all the details first before I'm able to step out and enjoy my freedom and to be able to do what I want. So I think for us business owners, the personal and business, it does overlap sometimes. But for me, my personal goals always outweighs the business goals, because the business goals will follow through no matter what. I want my personal goals to be achieved first. And that's what success for me first. Business is already running no matter what, right? And no matter what, you have your employees there, you have your partners there, you have yourself there. You might miss a couple thousands or hundreds of thousands here and there, but my personal goals, like, you know, we're getting old in a day-to-day basis. The time is more important to me than the value of money. The freedom is more important to me, the actual value of money. So it's always the legacy that I'm creating for my personal life over the currency that I'm getting throughout my business.
I agree with you. You're trying to get me in trouble, Fritz, man. If I would have said business prioritization, my wife would have watched this live video and she would have made sure that you and I don't do any more live sessions together. You're trying to get me in trouble, man. You always got to say my wife comes first, wife comes second, wife comes third. If there is anything left, then I'm going to focus on this. See, man, you're trying to get married people in trouble. Don't do that, Fritz. Your wife
I try not to. I'm just trying to keep it real as much as possible, brother Vahid. I know she's always going to come first.
Keeping it real. If you don't keep the wife happy, you're going to get the garage, man. And in my townhouse, there's no garage. That means I want to get the street. So you got to...
Not even the couch. Not even the couch. Huh?
No, man. My wife is determined. She doesn't play around. Once you're out, you're out. That's it. Right. There's no gray area. It's black or white. That's it. There's no, don't play around like that. No, I love it. Awesome. But that brings in my next question or my next comment. When you said hire the right team, I believe you also married the right person, or you are.
Completely agree.
It's not just partnership in business. Partnership in your life is also very, very, very important. And I know Dr. Hill talks about it in Think and Grow Rich, that one of the causes of failure, one of the top 30 causes of failure, is choosing the wrong person for mate, is the wrong life partner, wrong boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever you guys want to call it. That individual has a lot of influence over you. And I know I have had a lot of individuals in my journey so far that I have encountered that they're no longer together, and the dividing factor was the personal development, because one of them wanted to develop themselves and be as ambitious as you mentioned that you are yourself to accomplish it, you know, push for next level all the time. But then the other partner wanted to just chill, cruise, you know, just maintain, which is nothing wrong with that. You just got to find somebody else that reaches a certain level and then they're willing to just chill, you know, then that will be the right partner. But for someone who's ambitious, wants to go conquer, wants to do something, all of that stuff, having that individual as your partner might create some friction where
Right.
somebody's trying to strive and go to the next level, but then that person doesn't understand it. So I think picking the right partner in business and in life both
Completely
have a
agree.
big contribution to your success.
Right, right. I mean, for me, like right now, I told you already, I've been with my woman for the past 7 years. This woman has been with me from ups and downs. She's seen me fail so many businesses, not just businesses in life. Like I failed as a man, you know, like when it comes to just staying loyal as much as possible. I mean, you know, it happens. There's so many temptations out there. But what I did as a man is that when I made those mistakes years and years ago, like, you know, I man up to it. I don't want to hide anything. I tell her the truth and all of the mistakes and stupid things that I've done while I was with her. And then for her to accept me for my wrongdoings and for it's definitely a second chance. And then I think it helps our relationship even stronger to where we are today. And I truly appreciate that for what she had given me, that chance and the love that she supports me for everything that I do, right? Personal, business, goals, dreams, ambitions, whatever it might be, she's there for me. And you were saying the same thing that, you know, if she's not on the same level of your mindset, you wouldn't be together, right? Of course, it's not always from the start. It wasn't always like she's up to the level of where I'm at. Let's see, somebody was calling, but yeah, she wasn't up to the level where I was at the starting level. And then I had to develop that throughout years and years and years to activate that success and hunger within her. Because I know she has it. She has the potential. Everybody has that in them. It's just a matter of cultivating it and nourishing it like a seed, like a plant. And she had it. Now she had grown to this beautiful flower and flourishing tree of garden. And, you know, succeeding. It might not be in the same path what I'm at, like becoming my own boss, but she has the high level at the career path she's on right now. She says she's at a level where it's the CTO, the CEOs, the C-levels, and she's right below it. Pretty much a director, managerial level at a very high startup company here in Chicago, and I'm very proud of her. She just got promoted too. So, I mean, being on the same vibes, the wavelength of your partner is definitely key because you're going to be with them. You influence each other. Whatever it is that you say, whatever it is that you do, you know, it's a reflection of both of you, right? So for me, I keep telling her, hey, like, you know, I got to push you to the next level, I'm never going to be satisfied. And she understands that. And she works towards it. And that's what I love about her. Even though it's not what she longed for, she just satisfied on what I want for a little bit and to the point where she keeps leveling up. And that's why I really appreciate it. And same thing for her, right? She requests something from me. And I have to do it. Like you said, it's them first, you know, the wife first, the personal level versus business. Like, for example, I think last week, just a quick example for you guys. Like, I had a business meeting, right? At Merchandise Mart, one of my client here in Chicago in 1871. And she was like, you own two restaurants in Chicago. And you haven't taken me out for a date during lunchtime. How does that make you feel? And I was like, oh shit. Oh man. Like, you know, she's right. So I took off that. I was like, forget this business meeting. Go ahead. I'll take you out, babe. Where do you want to go? Right? Which restaurant do you want to go to? And then, you know, you got to compromise to the point it makes sense for both of the relationship.
Fritz is whooped, man. She's got you, homie.
Not as much.
Bad example, Fritz. Bad example. Don't ever cancel a business meeting. No, I'm messing with you.
No, I can always move around the business meeting. That's the power of personal branding
Yeah.
and for who you are, knowing your worth, right? I move around my schedules like from time to time, all the time, and they're okay with it because you have the leverage now. When they're the one that wants to meet with you, they're going to make the time for you. That's the power of branding. That's the power of who you are and knowing what you're worth. And that's what I said, like, to the people all the time. Like, you can't make an excuse. Like, a lot of people keep telling me, Fritz, I don't have time to work out. Fritz, I don't have time to to make a side hustle income. I was like, that's baloney. That is baloney. 9 to 5. Quick example. This is a practical example for everybody that's watching right now. If you work a 9 to 5 job right now, right? Sure, 9 to 5, let's say include an hour or two travel time. You get home at 7 o'clock. Cool. You want to spend time with your family, your loved ones, and your friends, another hour or two. Sure. 9. So, okay, so 9 p.m. You still have 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 p.m., even up to 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. Yesterday night, I think I slept at 3 a.m. and I woke up at 6 a.m. Why? Because I want that. I want to achieve more goals. I want this time to be occupied while I'm still young and high energy and still be able to do this. And that's why I'm able to live my life to my own terms. I've been telling and preaching that to everybody that I know of. It's a matter of how bad you want it. It's a matter of how much effort, you're willing to put into it. A lot of people are just making excuses, and I hate hearing that they don't have time, especially for working out. If you really want to get fit, put a time. All you need is 30 minutes to an hour a day. You have time to watch fucking Netflix all season long. What the fuck are you doing with your life? Stop fucking watching Netflix. I watch Netflix too, but you know what? I put in the work already before I do that. I make sure that I prioritize my hours first. I don't hustle, work all the time.
You could be on the treadmill and watch Netflix. I don't understand that. You could be on Netflix on your phone and be on the treadmill. I don't know why you can't do the both.
You can do that. You can do that. That's what I do when I do my consulting call. I do my cardio at Stairmasters, quick 30 minutes call, boom, get paid from it, right? It's about being efficient with your time. And like what we talked about, accountability.
I got to go back to the other comment that you made. Once you get married, don't tell her all the truth, man. You keep telling her the truth, you're going to end up on the couch, man. Now I'm cool. You telling her all the stuff. It's cool, man. Listen, you got a lot of learning to do. I need to do a class for all the people.
I got to learn from you, from a married man. I'll definitely take some notes.
Tell her all the truth. You sometimes want to forget things. You sometimes don't want to mention everything. Because if you mention everything, Fritz, oh, man, you're going to be in trouble, man. You're going to call me from Chicago. It won't be on the high-rise building. It will be on the first floor.
I'll be right there on the streets.
It will be in the lobby area, my friend.
Oh, my God. I think that's a double-edged sword for myself as a personality. I'm very transparent to everything I do. And I don't know. I think being straightforward, I think 90% of the time it works for me. Maybe the 10% of the time.
You have to have good memory, because if you bullshit, you lie, you cheat, you manipulate, you have to have a very, very strong memory, and most people don't have it like that. They don't got it like that. So if you are upfront, right, and you let people know, obviously you got to remember, Fritz, my baby is like almost 7 months and like 18, 19, 20 days, right? When my baby is like 3, 4 years old, I'm not going to tell her where babies come from. I don't need to ruin the Christmas for them and tell the truth. Like, you sometimes want to give it to them at their level of understanding. I understand that. That is not manipulation. That is not lie. You can't talk to a 10-year-old about condoms, cocaine, drugs, marriage, integrity, and values. They may not understand or comprehend it at that level yet. But if you're upfront and they know you're upfront and you will tell them the way it is based on their understanding level, then they'll respect you. And sometimes you don't need to tell them. You just said, hey, baby, I need to take care of this. And just the fact that you said that means it's important. I got to go handle it. And if you got to go into explanation and you got to give them details and go into it, that means that's not the right partner for you. Because if I look at you and you look into my eyes and I said, I got to go take care of this, we should have built enough rapport together. That relationship, that trust and understanding is enough strong where I tell you I got to go take care of this. You're like, okay, baby, go take care of it. Like, you should understand that. But if I got to sit here and tell you 30 minutes why I got to go do this important things, that means you don't trust me and I still need to convince you. That means we haven't built that relationship yet. So it's very, very important. Like, think about it. This is the best example I can give. Let's say if you got a brother and sister. You walk into the house. You're like, hey, I'm thirsty. Your brother and sister give you a cup of water. Do you go check the water to see if it's poison, if it's legit water? Is it soda? Is it colored? Is it carbonated? Is it fountain water? you don't check that. You said you're thirsty, they hand you the water,
I like that.
and you drink it. But imagine you walk into a place, you don't know anybody. You say you're thirsty, someone hands you a cup of water. You probably are going to check it. You're going to look at it. You're like, who's this person? Why they're being nice? But so if you build enough trust and relationship in personal and in business, you don't have to worry about explaining yourself. I just need to, hey, this is what we're doing, and that's it. And I think I told you that conversation about the coaches that I work with. I'm very transparent with them. I tell them, this is my direction. This is what we want to do. Nobody talks about money. Nobody talks about this. All of those details, they trust me enough that I have built enough relationship that I have their best in mind. My best, their best, mutually. It doesn't matter if I'm getting a little bit more or they're getting a little bit less or they're making more. It's not that. It's because overall that trust and relationship has been built where we know the outcome is we're all going to make good money. We're all going to create the future that we want to create for ourselves and our family. So that, I think, is very, very important.
I completely agree. I like that. I really like that example when you did with the water example. That's good.
If you trust the person, you drink it. If you don't trust the person, you don't drink it. You question it. So that's how you test your friends. That's how you trust your business partners. You give them water. And it's not just the water. It's the concept behind it. It's the whole entire principle behind it, that do they trust you? And this is what I tell people, Fritz. I did this about almost 10 years ago. If 2 in the morning you get a flat tire, who do you call? Well, do you have to actually get a flat tire to call people? I would test that. 2 o'clock in the morning, pick up the phone, call the top 5 friends that you got.
Let's see.
And just you don't have to have them come to the freeway. Just say, hey, listen, Alex, by the way, I got a flat tire. Are you around? You don't have to have them come. They're like, yeah, I'm around. You need me to come pick you up? You're like, nah, don't worry about it. I got AAA, I call him. But the fact that he was offering and he was willing to get out of the bed, get dressed up, get into his car, find out the location you're at, and come, now you know you got a friend. And that's how you test your friends and business partners. Because a lot of people, they say they're your friends and business partner, but it's pure, flat out, 100% bullshit. They don't actually mean it. It's just verbally, they're your friends verbally. But when it comes to action, taking that to the next level, ooh,
I've lost a lot of those friends, Vahid. I lost those type of friends before. Right now, I can probably just name top 5, maybe just 5. The 5 very close friends that are the ones that are actually not just motivating me in life, but the ones that are actually grinding out with me, right? When it comes to fitness, like we challenge each other. When it comes to relationship, I try to set an example for everybody, right? Like, yo, we're a man now. Like, we're entering our 30s. Like, what are you guys doing? Settle down. Stop playing around now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it depends on a person. It's cool if they're having fun. But when you're in a relationship and you're still doing when you're not single stuff that you're supposed to be not doing, I think that's not cool with me, And I try to tell them and influence them as much as possible, and it's working. Hopefully, it took longer than I thought, but it's definitely working. That's what I'm saying. Like when you said like the true friends, knowing your true friends, I had a lot of acquaintances. I have a lot of partners and people that saying that they're my friends, but I don't really consider a good friend. As I said, like it's just maybe in a palm of my hand, maybe 10, up to 10 max. All these close friends, we travel together, we have fun together, we challenge each other, whether it's some type of investment, we pitch in together, we buy real estate, we flip that together, whatever it might be. If they're interested in it and it's the same type of mindset that we have and we think that it's going to be successful, we're in it. And that's the power of friendship, I think.
I agree with that 100%. And you probably need only a handful, 2 or 3 of those to make your life successful. And that's how true mastermind groups come together. It's not just the word mastermind. Yeah, a lot of people can come together and share ideas, but a true mastermind is when you are in business with your business partner and you know that they're going to go to battle with you and they're not going to give it. Fritz, we went a little bit over what we anticipated on this live. I appreciate you taking this time and being with us, brother. Hopefully we'll get to do more and pick some other topics where we can share and just let people know how we ended up doing what we're doing and we're nowhere close to being successful to the level that we want to be in our mind.
Of course.
We're just on a path there, and if we can help other individuals at their beginning stages to get some of these contents, that would be awesome. That's my contribution. I wish I had that when I was growing up and going through this process. So I'm kind of giving back something that I didn't have. You know, people came along in my path and they helped me, but now intentionally we're going after it to give back to the other people. I appreciate you and you being here, brother.
I'll see you around.